Middle Belt Forum is not supporting the South. Middle Belt Forum is partnering with groups in the South, because we've realized that our northern brothers, there are two different words. Our northern brothers, who we have stayed together, have continued to use us for their own purposes. But when it comes to sharing the cake, we are not part of it. So, we have been partners. We forged this partnership recently, and we believe that, yes, we have so many things in common with the southern partners. But after the British handed over power to the North, and the North continued to play a dominant role, whether it was within the military or within civilian administration in the polity and politics of Nigeria, we in the Middle Belt said, look, we cannot remain second class or second fiddle in this game. We have to assert ourselves. The founders of the Middle Belt movement in the 50s also did something similar. They realized, yes, we are not part of the northern hegemony. We are not part of the caliphate, but we have to assert ourselves in where we found ourselves. Why? Because the British, through indirect rule, brought these nationalities in the north under some system which was alien to us, to the extent that some of our traditional titles had to change. Some traditional titles which had traditional names had to change to either Emir or Emirate or whatever because of the dominant north. While the people in that emirate are either traditional worshippers or Christians. So all these are distortions created through the indirect rule foisted on us by the British. So today we are saying, look, enough is enough. You can't continue to remain docile in the same position all the time. You see a better position, you move to that better position. And because of that, we believe a better position now is partnering with people in the South, so that we can forge a better Nigeria where every Nigerian will have equal status as Nigerians, not some Nigerians dictating to others.
Okay.
So that's where we are.
I get your point. Thanks for that clarification.
There's this narrative they keep enunciating. Number one is One North. That's what Northern Elders Forum, where we have...
That doesn't exist.
No, but they keep enunciating that argument, One North. What's your take on that word? And where is even the Middle Belt?
Yeah.
I asked that question deliberately because somebody was speaking the other day, and he says, I don't know where the Middle Belt is. That's what, who was speaking? Babacha Lawa, former secretary to the federal government. He said, I don't know where the Middle Belt is. Yeah. Are they going to say we in Adamawa are the Middle Belt? Where is the Middle Belt? And what is your take on this idea of One North?
Thank you very much. That monolithic North is dead and buried. The colonial masters, when they came, realized that there were areas that were not controlled by the caliphate, neither by the Sultanate of Borno, and those areas were considered as occupying the Middle Belt area. In fact, a longitude has been demarcated, and if you go visit the Willings Commission report and look at the Willings Commission map, you will see the area called the Middle Belt. Not only that, the Willings Commission went around between 1957 and 1958, conversing with Middle Belters from Zuru area in southern part of Kebbi, southern part of Kaduna, had sittings in Jos. In the northeast, where Babachir comes or hails from, they had sittings at Numan. So all these things have been documented to converse with the northern minorities as to whether or not a region should be created for the Middle Belters. It was the Willings Commission who told the Middle Belters that time that you belong or occupy the Middle Belt area of the North. And that's how the Middle Belt thing came about. Of course, the agitators at that time had a different name, but of course they ended up as Middle Belt. So for Babachir, a Kilba man from Adamawa, to say his area was under either the Sultanate of Borno or the Caliphate, he's wrong, because it was never under them.
So
and
Babachir
that
is in the Middle
is the
Belt.
area called the Middle Belt.
So he's in
Of course, he is from the Kilba nationality in Adamawa State. Much of southern Borno, the whole of Adamawa, Taraba, Benue, Nasarawa, Plateau, part Gombe, part of Bauchi, FCT, southern Kaduna, Kogi, Kwara, Kebbi, part of Kebbi, that is the Zulu side, Niger. All these were part of the areas considered. Now, if people migrated to occupy some people's land, it doesn't change the demography. The original people are still there. They are Middle Belters, and we call ourselves Middle Belters. And that is who we are. Now, the North, the British wanted the North to remain monolithic for some reason. They wanted it because they wanted to hand over power to the North. And they used Middle Belters to beef up the population of the North before independence. And though before independence, if you look at the population, go back to history, all these things are there, you can Google and see. The Southeast and Bamenda had the highest population, followed by the Southwest, and the North, that is including the Middle Belt, had the third population in terms of numerical strength. However, the British wanted to hand over to the North and therefore denied the Middle Belters a region for themselves. Though after independence, the southern minorities were given Midwestern region for also political consideration, which now we know as used just to whittle down the strength of the Southwest. But all the same, we who consider ourselves Middle Belters, going down history and memory lane, are saying we are not Northerners. We are Middle Belters. And the North has always considered us that way anyway. When it comes to such consideration as North, they say all of us as North. But when it comes to appointments and other considerations, they don't consider us as North. So why should this hypocrisy continue? Let them just say, we are Middle Belters, they are Northerners. Let everybody be who he is. We are not ashamed of being Middle Belters because we are proud of our history, of our ancestry, and our motto is our land, our people, our heritage. So we are not ashamed of who we are. So let the North play its game as Northerners. We Middle Belters will play ours as Middle Belters. But we hold the country together. Whether it is South or it is North, without the Middle Belt, this country cannot be together.
Also, in about 2 minutes, I also want you to interrogate the concept of numerical advantage of the North. You said something earlier on.
That is what makes me laugh, sir.
You said that the British used the Middle Belters to shore up the numbers in the North. Let's talk about numerical advantage. The North and numbers.
Yes. Thank you. The North they use this argument, we have the numbers, etc. Take the Middle Belt out, where are the numbers? They know they don't have the numbers, sir.